The Truth the Girls.
Hi everyone, it's Sonia here. I just had the worst flu, but I had the best remedy. I'm going to tell you about it, but first I have to say, Merry belated Christmas. I know it's a few days later, but I was sick. So usually I make a video for the holidays, but it didn't happen this year. But I hope you had a good Christmas. And today, my hair looks like shit because I've been sick. But I didn't want to be a perfectionist because this one time I was waiting in line at Urban Outfitters and I picked up, it was like a calendar or something, like one of these little motivational calendars. And it said, an imperfect plan violently executed today is better than a perfect plan executed tomorrow. I don't remember who said it, but whoever he was wildly successful. So I had that in mind and I was like, yeah, I'm just getting over this flu. My hair's a mess. I got my laundry behind me, but you know what? I'm going to violently execute this plan, this imperfect plan, because I just want to let you guys know about this, what I discovered, because it's really important. It might make a huge difference to you. So I'm not going to wait for the perfect time. There's no such thing. So here's what happened. Oh, before Christmas Eve, I had a wonderful time. I went out with my friend. We went out, the sober buddies. We went out sober partying together. Well, sober, I mean, we didn't get drunk or anything, Like, okay, I'm starting to feel guilty. We did have a sip of booze, all right? But we were still sober, all right? Again, doesn't have to be perfect, you know what I'm saying? Imperfect plan, violently executed today. Well, let's say my friend who recently quit drinking, she went out with me because she knows that I don't drink. Well, I don't get drunk, but the Bible says, no longer drink only water, but have a little wine for your stomach and your many ailments. So like after 10 years of never touching alcohol, I started having a little wine for my stomach and my little ailments, if you know what I mean. So anyway, she figured it was cool to go out with me because at least she wouldn't be the only one who wasn't getting shit faced. All right, let's put it that way, okay? So when I say sober, that's what I mean, okay? We're not talking like, we brought the 12-step book or anything with us. It's just we didn't get drunk. We went to a party. We didn't drink. Like we tasted it, but okay, don't judge me. We went to a show. It was great. We had a wonderful time. We just had like one sip of somebody else's drink. Didn't count. We had a great time. I had so much fun with my friend. We had a great time, right? Well, the next day was Christmas Eve. And I'm so grateful my family and friends are coming. I have this little cozy apartment. I know it's tiny. It looks like it's from the third world, but it's mine. And I like the decor. And okay, I'm super happy. I had turkey. I got half a turkey breast. Usually I make a capon, castrated rooster. Turkey's too expensive. But I discovered that you can get pieces of a turkey. So we're having turkey. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. So I'm cleaning up the place, trying to get the rabbits out of the way. Christmas with rabbits, lots of cleaning. Get the rabbits out of the way, make the dinner. My guests start arriving. I start feeling exhausted. I'm like, man, I should have taken a Sudoku break when I had the chance. Anyway, I served the dinner, and like in the middle of the dinner, I start feeling really off. I start getting like achy all over and feeling really cold. So naturally, I start getting paranoid that I have rabies. I know it's crazy, but it happens. Anyway, it's that trip to Mexico in the Batcave. I told all my guests, I'm like, you guys, I'm sorry. I feel like maybe I'm coming down with rabies. Sorry, I know I'm not going to be very good company tonight. Anyway, they were cool about it. Dinner went okay. My friends went home. I got more sick, though, during the night. I started getting really bad chills, aches. My head started hurting. It was really, really bad. And I was trying not to take any painkillers because I thought maybe it's better for my immune system because I figure I probably don't really have rabies. I took a bath with one of my bath bombs, holy balls, frankincense and myrrh. And I just went to bed and I suffered. I had this splitting headache. And I got through the whole night like that. It was just horrible. And then the next morning I started taking ibuprofen. And my headache was just cracking, like it was so bad. even with that, eventually I ran out of ibuprofen. I took naproxen. It didn't solve the problem. I took a codeine even. It was just, oh my God, the headache, you know. It was so bad. My friends were, first that people were like, you have the flu, it's the flu, body aches, chills, headache, fever, you have the flu. It's the real flu. Then after with the 3-day headache, my friends were like, go to the emergency, you know, maybe you have meningitis or something. And I was like, oh my God, you know, it's probably not rabies, but maybe it's meningitis. But I thought, oh, I'll just wait. And then I sent my husband out to get me some elderberry syrup because I heard about this on the internet. And I checked. There's some science behind this. And sure enough, it turns out there's these studies, and they show that it really makes your symptoms go down twice as fast. So I had him go get it for me. The stuff was like magic. I'm telling you, here's the bottle. Look at this. Okay? I was having the most splitting headache for 3 days. It was horrible. I was literally crying. I was like wailing and moaning in my bed, crying with this migraine-y headache. It was so bad. My friends were like, go to the hospital. Okay, I started taking this. Within 3 hours, the headache was gone. It just went right down. And then as the naproxen wore off, like the headache never came back. I never took another Advil or naproxen or nothing. Okay, I just took this 4 times in one day. 1 tablespoon. It tastes like, what is this? Black elderberry. It tastes like elderberry jam. It was like a miraculous cure. So I wanted to let you know, like, this is something you need to have in the house. I mean, look, not here to give medical advice. Don't listen to me, crazy old rabies lady, you know. But, I mean, from my personal experience, like, just friend to friend, if you know what I mean. I would keep this in my house from now on, in case. It's not like I get the flu every year, but maybe every 5 years or something. And I know it was the flu because I had something like this 5 years ago. And we called it the pain flu. Because this was absolutely dramatic. This is not just internet bullshit. Like, oh, take turmeric and cure cancer in 5 days. You know, this is the real deal. So that's the good news. No flu shot, of course. I never get them. And now that I have this, you know, hey, it was a piece of cake. I mean, not the first 3 days without it. But once I started taking it, piece of cake. Like, the recovery was so fast. Oh, and if you're wondering why I was telling you that story about how we went out sober partying, it's to say don't drink out of other people's glasses. Because we didn't want to actually drink. So we had a sip out of a couple people's drinks. Bad idea. That's probably how we got the flu because my friend got it too. So don't do that. But if you do, make sure you have some of this on hand. So today, like as you hear, I'm just a bit croaky. I just had a bath, but I didn't wash my hair or whatever, and I'm just starting to feel like a human being again. I'm pretty convinced I don't have rabies also, at this point. I know it sounds crazy, but like, don't you have some like weird irrational fears like that? Sometimes, like, well, I was in that cave, there was a bat, maybe I got rabies. And then you start getting, flu symptoms. You're like, that's it, it's rabies, I'm dying. Thanks to the internet, it just stokes the fears, just fuels the fire. Anyway, maybe this is good for rabies too. I don't know. But actually, you know what? On a side note, I did read a story of a man in Ghana who did get rabies. And he had gone to see the natural health doctor down there. And that guy told him to put mahogany wood on his wound. And this is really weird. The guy survived rabies, like literally. And they had to admit after that they thought maybe the application of the mahogany bark or whatever it was actually did something. Not to say you shouldn't get a rabies shot if you get exposed, but it's something I just happened to find out, which I thought was pretty amazing. I mean, the guy survived. That's pretty incredible. So that's it. I highly recommend this. It was good stuff. And I hope you had a good Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa, if you celebrate, and Happy New Year. And I'll see you next time.